All right. Yeah, but still this side. We need YouTube to know that we are full. So next time, more people come. All right. I guess we can start. So thank you for being here. It's our product meetup number. We have two great guests today. I don't know about you, but I'm really excited to hear what they have to say. Who is first time here? All right, cool. Who is here for the 5th time? Okay, great. Did you know, how did you learn about us? Let's clap. Like basically, did you learn about us on LinkedIn? Okay, about from Nick's Reels, from Kirill's posts. Okay, all right, so our LinkedIn wins. Cool. All right, without further ado, let's start. I don't think that slides are changing. Yes. So, as you understood, it's our meetup number 16, so we're doing it for a while. And the big question is why we do it. Why we do it free, why we do it with snacks and food, and why we invite such a wonderful guests to talk. First, we didn't have a community in Riga to chat, so we decided to create one. And remember that this is actually a community where you can chat, where you can grab a person you are interested and speak to. So please make sure that you speak. You don't just sit and listen, but this is a community and we want you to be active. All right? Also, there is beer, so if you are anxious, take measures and talk with someone. All right? A bit of advertising. Basically, I'm Vyacheslav, I'm the CEO of Cyril Apps, and we do mobile apps. We do a lot of Latvian apps and a lot of international ones, but the ones that you know most likely, it's LTAB, Banknote, Baltia, and many, many more. Builder, a lot of our clients are here, and we are proud of our work, and we do a lot of apps, we do a lot of design, we do everything that is app related. If you have something, let us know, we will make it happen. All right? One big thank you to Workland, our host. They are allowing us to film it, they are allowing us to have it here every time. So they prepared a special code for you. If you have someone who is willing to rent an office or try it, please use this QR code. And there is a beautiful girl that will help you out with all the questions. She is a bit shy to perform, so she said that you can talk to her privately. So yes, use this code, try it out. It's a great place. All right? We are looking for junior business developer. If you know something about sales, if you know something about marketing and how to do digital sales, let us know. Or if you really want to, we will teach you how to do it. Maybe. So a bit of our agenda. So we will have our first talk, then we will have a small coffee break with the chatting, and then we will have second talk, and then we have 40 minutes of networking. Please use it. Please speak to speakers, network and talk to each other. And Nix, welcome. Yes?
Thank you for the intro.
Well, yeah.
Where was the remote key?
I think it's here.
This one?
I will switch. So,
Thank you.
is it the first one?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, cool. Great.
Yeah, should work. Cool. So thank you, Chili Lab, for organizing this event. Let's rock and roll. So how to pull clients like a magician pulls rabbits. I thought this headline is much cooler, right? So let's talk. My purpose of today's event is to I was thinking what to talk about. I had this one idea just to talk about AI, the new stuff, but then I had this other idea, which was to talk about specifically one of the most important things which I believe new startups, existing companies could utilize to get A, more leads, B, more sales calls, and C, higher conversions on your sales calls so you can close more deals. For that reason, today I will talk about offer creation, plus I will actually give you a demo of a pitch that I did at a live event that generated 50,000 euros in 2 hours. So you will see an actual demo, how the presentation looked, what were the slides, how the offer was presented. So I will talk about the offer, and then I will give you a real example which actually generated money and sales at a live event where people bought immediately. So it's going to be interesting, I hope. Is that interesting, by the way, yes or no? Okay, sounds cool. Cool. By the way, who here, let's say, owns a business themselves? Is a business kind of owner? Okay, not so. Okay. Who here works in marketing and sales related stuff? Marketing and sales related? Okay, not everybody. Okay. What do other people do? What do you do who didn't raise their hand? What do you do? Design. What else? What? Product. Okay. Finance. Okay. Who here needs more clients? Maybe. Okay, so half of the room. Okay, not everybody, but okay. Okay, let's rock and roll. So, quick introduction about myself. I have a daughter and a wife. I like enduro motorcycling, and I do CrossFit now. So I just flew back from Athens CrossFit Championship, so it was very, very interesting and very big. This is our company. Our company is called Sharpify. We basically provide the services, and we provide a sales CRM for our clients to convert more leads into clients. And here you can see some financial data about us, etc. So here are some facts about us. Not going to talk about it because you can see and read. Next thing, as I said, services and sales software. First thing, if I say something and you are like, yes, Nix, I had heard this, it is okay, right? You will eat a great steak also next day or next week. It is okay. It still will nourish you, be helpful. So think about it as refreshing your mind so you have new ideas to actually use, okay? Make sense? Like we go shower also next day, right? Doesn't mean if we went yesterday, okay? So, who's here ready to learn new stuff? Yes or no? Yeah, let's go. As I said before, who wants more sales? You know, I like high energy events, right? I'm like, maybe you put some music on also, yeah, okay. But the most important thing is, guys, right now it's not party time, okay? But who will apply it? Who wants to apply something they will learn, okay? Right? Most important thing. If you don't apply it, doesn't matter, right? So, information is not power. Information plus action, that is the power, okay? So, first principle, what I want you to remember. Let's say Latvia is 3 against 2 versus Canada. Who knows Canada? Hockey players, very good players, right? So, how should Latvia play? What should be their strategy? Who can tell me? What should be Latvia's strategy? If we are 1 goal ahead and we're 1 guy down, like this, Daugoviņš is in penalty box, so we're 4 against 5. How should we play? Who can tell me? Defensive. Why do you think defensive? Why not go full attack, pull the goalie, go?
Because we have less people.
We have less people. We are 1 goal ahead. We need to play safe, right? Who agrees? Yes or no? Right? You at the back, you don't agree? You're like, shit, let's go at all on attack? Okay? Okay. Because of the scoreboard, right? You would agree. We have a scoreboard. That makes sense. We look at the scoreboard. Okay, we play defensive, okay? So, here's playing Australia versus Pakistan in cricket. How should we play? How should Australia play? Who can tell me? How should Australia play? No? Who can tell me? Anybody? What the hell is cricket? Anybody? There is a scoreboard, right? No idea, right? How do you win, let's say in marketing or sales, if this is your scoreboard, which is you don't understand anything. You don't even know what it is. You don't know your score. in business, in marketing, in sales, in digital marketing, you need to have a scoreboard, right? You cannot run a business or know the numbers if you don't have a scoreboard. Let me show you some examples of a scoreboard. So here's an example of a scoreboard for, let's say, you have a team of salespeople who are selling. And every week, you are tracking cash collected, meetings done, new deals, closing rate. You have a scoreboard. Here's a different example of, let's say, your sales pipeline. You see, okay, how many meetings did we book every day? You see how many meetings did we do this day, per week, per month. You have a scoreboard. Here's a different example where you see every day we spend money on ads, every day we get this many clicks or leads, and then these are the numbers. And we're like, okay, it's green, we're good. Scoreboard is good. Or here's different scoreboard for, let's say, your profit and loss statements for your company, right? Because the data, aka scoreboard, gives you practical information what action to take, right? Like you said hockey, you said defensive, right? It's similar here. If you don't have numbers about what you're doing, you most likely will make a wrong decision or not do the decision that can lead to a better outcome, like Latvia winning, let's say, Canada, which is amazing, right? I think one time we did it, right? Is that correct? Who knows, maybe? Yeah, we did. Yes, we did. It's cool. Okay, so where do I get more clients? That was first principle, which is very important. Everybody understand the first principle? Makes sense? Okay. Where do we get more clients? So basically 4 ways. Posting content, running paid ads, doing cold outreach, or using a built audience. Like here, for example, built audience is this situation where I'm in right now, where Chili Lab has an audience, which are aka you people, and I'm here using this audience to kind of present something, talk about something, and maybe generate a lead. Posting content. I do a lot of content. We do a lot of content. So maybe who has seen, let's say, our Latvian podcast content Black Box show? Who has seen it? Yes or no? Not everybody. Okay, not, whoa, interesting. But we do a lot of content. We generate 100,000 views in just a YouTube channel, but all around we generate approximately 600 to 700,000 views per month organically with content. About business side, I will tell you quick information, very interesting. We generate 1 to 10 leads per month with content only. Not so much, right? From YouTube. From everywhere. Not so much, right? Like very low, right? And then social media content, etc., right? Not so much. Paid ads. Okay, with paid ads, we generate from 500 to 2,000 leads currently per month, which results into on average, this couple of three months average was lower, but typically it's from 33 to 74 new B2B clients signed per month with paid ads, okay? For reference, that is the second strategy, right? Third one is doing cold outreach. Cold outreach, who can tell me, how can you do cold outreach? Huh? How can you do it? What can you do? Email, what else? Calling, what else? WhatsApp, what else? Yes, what else? Speak to people. Yeah, door to door, yes, cold outreach. What else? Have tried all of them. I also have tried physical letters, also very interesting. That doesn't work so well, at least in my case, 2 experiments didn't work so well. Build audiences. This is exactly like this setting here. Like you go to events, or for example, where would be the biggest, like very big benefit for you? Let's say the biggest authorities. So let's say you sell beer, you make beer, Latvian beer, you have a website. Let's say you go to Joe Rogan and you talk about your beer. I can guarantee your beer company will be boom, just like that. But it's hard to get there, right? So you start small, okay? So recap, posting content, paid ads, cold outreach, build audiences, okay? Cool, but what do I advertise in all of these ways? In cold outreach, be paid ads, content, what do I kind of invite people to buy, sign up? Only 2 things, a lead magnet or a core offer. Let's break it down. The thing you give, the thing you sell. Let's break it down even further. So my typical advice for everybody here would be to focus on your core offer. The lead magnet, those are, as you can see, quizzes, tools, groups, courses, ebooks, PDFs, free training, webinars, events, lotteries, contents, etc. Like this stuff, which you can just make, and it's a thing you give to a prospect or a potential customer, okay? Or a thing that prospect values. So let's say you create something that solves a small problem and it's valuable for the prospect. The second thing is a core offer. You advertise the thing you sell, the thing you help with, the problem-solving thing you have for the customer. Okay? The big problem for most businesses, and also for many people here, most likely, is what you sell, gajillions of other people also sell. Or there's nothing unique about what you sell. So outside of Latvia, our industry, which we specialize in, is construction. Those are roofers, plumbers, bricklayers, remodeling companies. I simply ask them, what is unique about you? They say, nothing. There's nothing. But there is ways to come up with something unique. And let me show you what it is. Okay? So next big lesson for you here, next big lesson, is to focus on new, unique, different. Try to be different. Try to be unique. Don't try to just say, I'm better, I'm faster, or I'm cheaper. Okay? Very important. Here's an example. So increase your online sales by 20% with our proven cart optimization service. Or transform your online store into a conversion engine with our cart conversion method. What is this cart conversion method? I don't know. It's a unique thing that Chili Labs has developed. It's only with them. Only there you can get that. Okay? Makes sense? So, how to make your offer more sexy so more people buy your stuff? Okay. One important thing. Your offer is, as I said, the thing you give or the thing you sell. It needs to be more valuable than the money or the email or the phone number for the prospect, aka if they give you a sign up or they buy your stuff. Here's a great example of this concept. So let's imagine today at 3 o'clock in the morning, you need to drive to, let's say, you know, this Krasta Ila, there's this Bentley Center. There's a huge sale. This Bentley, which is actually like the value of the car, it's a brand new car. Let's imagine it's 2025 or 2026. It costs 191 euros. But the owner got drunk and he's like crazy. He's like, I give it away for 10K, only 10,000. Just come and take it. And you can resell it in like 1 week for 50,000 or 100,000. Who here would find the money and come and get it? Who here would want to get that car? So not everybody raise their hand. Let's say the price is 1,000. Who here wants to get it? Those people who are not raising your hand, I think you're weird. Or why are you not raising your hand? Right? So most of you would. Most of you would. And then the answer is, and the question is why? So let's give another example. So let's take this computer, okay? This is a good MacBook. I think this is maybe 2023 or younger. This MacBook. Who wants to buy it for 5,000 right now? Pay 5,000 to get it. No. Okay. Who here wants to buy it for 3,000? Okay. Who here wants to buy it for 1,000? Who here would want to buy it? Would buy it for 500 euros? It's like very good. It's not bad. For 500 you would buy, right? Or more people would buy. Who here would buy it for 100 euros? Oh, see? See? More people raise their hand. So here's one quick concept. This is not in the slides, but I want to share it because it's very fresh in my mind, and we had this conversation with my sales team like yesterday. So I have an offer. I talk to prospect. What's your name? Cher. I talk to Cher. She's a prospect. I present my offer. I present, let's say, 3 things we do for her. And I say, the offer is going to be 5,000. And let's say you say, I need to think about it.
Yeah, I would.
You need to think about it.
Yeah.
Typical prospects say, I need to think about it. It's the most common objection. Most likely, she's thinking, oh, it's too much money. I don't want to maybe buy it. I don't see enough value. Most salespeople say, okay, think about it. We'll reconnect. What I say instead, what you should do is, okay, she said no. Just imagine, I need to think about it, it's just no. And you say, okay, so let me rephrase it. So these are the things you're going to get. Yes. And additionally to that, I can provide more value to you so you have a better solution. And we can do also this thing as well. Would that make sense for us to move forward? Oh. And she says also maybe, and she also says, I need to think about it. Yes. And then you pull the next thing. Right? And you try to say, again, additional value, additional things, so you need to have ammunition. Because most times what salespeople do and prospects get pissed off, because I had this situation, because I used to do that, is like, you want to buy this? She says, I need to think about it. I say, bro, you want to buy this? She says, no, I need to quit. I say, because you all guys have learned, don't quit the sales call after the first objection. And you try to do the same thing. You try to just like, divide by, the same thing. So think about your situation to have these things, okay? Make sense, yes or no? Yes. Okay, this is very cool concept too. And it's easy to implement, by the way. Now, let's talk about the things what you could offer, okay? So, before we do that, everything I will share, you need to also keep in mind that you need to understand your market. And what do I mean? You need to understand who is in your market and what your prospects have seen and what your competition is maybe offering. So you could create something that is truly unique, different in the marketplace, okay? For a big promise, for a big offer, great offer, you can make a picture so you remember. But big things, most likely you should focus on trying to solve a big problem or create big desired result. You should try to position it in a way that feels kind of easy for the prospect, not complicated. Try to position it in a way that feels, yes, it's something new, something different. It should feel that this option, this way, it's much better than the old way, right? And it should provide the client with confidence that, yes, this can solve my problems, this can solve and give me the results. Most businesses under $1 million a year should be very specific, aka specific about what problem you solve, who you solve it for, and in what way you solve it, okay? So here's an example of great offers. We guarantee 150 million real quality organic views on social media in 90 days without bots and engagement groups. Very specific, very big, and very desirable for target audience, okay? Next offer example. Land a high-level cybersecurity career making 6 figures in 90 days without additional certifications or applying to thousands of jobs. Okay. Third option. We help you to find and acquire large 30-plus unit apartment complexes without needing upfront cash or years of experience. Right? These are examples, okay? But they all have similarities from here, okay? Not everything, but they have the big concept. This is the big idea, the big stuff, okay? Now let's go into details. And for details, to make this stuff sound good, great for you, you add steroids, but not the steroids you punch in your belly button or your, I guess, knee. Sometimes knee hurts, but steroids. I personally have used peptides sometimes, but it's not steroids, a little bit less aggressive, okay? So let's talk about first concept. First concept is a mechanism. Like, what is unique about the thing, how you do the thing. It's how you get the result. Is it a tool? Is it a method? Is it a system? Is it a methodology? Is it, I guess, a unique part of your service? Which could be, let's say, Chili Labs that you use Latvians' best designers who are 10-year trained in the trenches. They have seen World War II, like crazy guys. They're going to design everything. Okay, it's maybe not the best example, but you got the idea. Okay, here's an example. 2 books talk about the same thing. Tim Ferriss' book and this book. Who has read this book, The 4-Hour Workweek? I personally have read it. Not everybody, but okay. But you can see the difference. If you haven't read it, like look at it. How to outsource for profits. Or The 4-Hour Workweek, Escape 9 to 5, Live Anywhere and Join the New Rich. Which book do you think sells? This doesn't sell. This sells. The main difference, it has a mechanism, which is the 4-Hour Workweek. Like 4-Hour Workweek, sounds interesting, sounds something new. Yeah, blockbuster. Next example, what you can use to do this uniqueness. It is also to mix things. So here's a company, Peloton, that does mixing. They mixed fitness, technology, social media to have, I guess, a bike at your home where you can just work out, watch social media, be cool. Next mixing example is education plus gamification plus language learning, Duolingo. Probably the number is much bigger. This is older slide. Next example is farming robotics automation, FarmBot. Look, a new thing, crazy, right? Next example, I don't know if this company, I think it exists, crypto hamster plus news. Crazy example, by the way. The fastest growing Telegram group, I think YouTube channel also, something crazy data. Basically what they did, everybody talks crypto, and they're like, no guys, our hamster are gonna talk crypto. And boom, blows up. Because again, it's new, it's different, it's unique. It matters, guys. It matters. Or this guy, doing not just mindset or breath work, but going into crazy colds, and boom, you have Wim Hof method. Yeah. Actually, today I had podcasts with Felix Lukins. Maybe you know he's an eye surgeon, and he also right now got certified with Wim Hof. He said also Wim Hof changed his life. Really good guy. Very nice. So next example, fitness plus anime plus biohacking. This is also a very good group, very interesting group. Okay, how can you apply it practically more? So second steroid. Let's continue. You should, everybody here, most likely, you should add bonuses to your offer. These are the bottles I showed you before. Remember, guys, the bottles. These could be bonuses, you know. Try to make some easy bonuses. Those are complimentary services, content, maybe a physical product. Maybe you give, you know, a box of Latvian beer to a customer. Tools. It can be a mystery bonus. You can say, you will get one special bonus, which is worth 100 euros, which will send you out to your physical address. You will not know what it is, but it's going to be cool. That could also be a bonus, right? Okay, next thing. And the question is here. How could you apply it to your offer or your business? Who can tell me an example what you could give as bonus? You don't have it now, but you could do it as bonus. No? Who can tell me? Some example, just up at the top of your head. This is the part where you participate.
Special discount for participants of this event, for example.
Oh, yes, that was what you did, basically. 1 free day and work, yeah?
We develop a billing solution for energy company, and we can suggest them agents and help them improve conversation with their customers.
Yes, we'll give you a custom agent you can implement in your business to do this. Cool, that's a very nice example. Who can give me a different example? Okay, let's go for it. Next thing, a big steroid, very important steroid. It is risk reversal, aka guarantees. This is money back, double money back guarantee, results or time guarantees. These are lifetime guarantees. You're able to keep the product, aka different types of guarantees. Here's a number example on Excel how it could look. This is not real, it's just a hypothetical example. So let's say 100 meetings, closing rate 15, you've signed 15 clients, still you do 1% refund, 40%. But let's say you have a guarantee, very strong guarantee, which could be something like, I'll give you one example. So here's our guarantee. How can you know if our service works? Because you haven't tried it, let's say, right? It's hard to know, right? What we can do here, it is either in 30 minutes or in, let's say, 30 days. If you're not satisfied with the product or services we're providing, just let us know and we'll refund you the money. Would that be great for you? And to start? Simple way, right? Simple way. That is the way to start, and I can guarantee it will most likely push more deals over the line. That's the way, okay? So here you see 10 times more refunds and you still make more sales, more money, okay? How could you apply this to yourself? Who could apply a guarantee or some kind of a guarantee? And by the way, there are two types of guarantee, unconditional and conditional. Conditional means there's a guarantee. If you follow these things, you get the guarantee. If you don't follow these things, which should be aligned to the result for the client, you don't get the guarantee. That is also very safe for, let's say, if you sell services, that's what you need to implement most likely because you don't want to do a job and then you have this situation where you need to refund because of the contract. So that is a rule of thumb. Okay, who could apply a guarantee right now? And you don't have it, but you could? Well, what could it be?
If your app doesn't work, we will fix it for free.
Exactly, great. So my guarantee is if I pay him, he does the job, and I know it's going to work. And they're going to keep working on it until it works. Great guarantee. I'm sure I get the result. Let's continue. Credibility, next steroid. To add to your offer, credibility. Experience, number of clients, well-known clients, certification, testimonials, before-after testimonials, awards, industry statistics, your own results, how quickly you work, how much do you do for the client, public acknowledgements, right? here are a couple of examples what we use. So we use, I guess, the Forbes cover, we use some ClickFunnels awards, and then we just show some payments, and then we show also some, we have like 1,000 reviews, so we have a lot of video interviews, so that's what we use in our company that is good and working, okay? Next thing, number 5, urgency and scarcity, specifically specific deadlines, offer ends tonight. So I have a friend that sells iPhone courses. He's very well known, sells a lot of them. He runs the offer for 5+ years, and the offer is always, it ends tonight for like 5 years online and spends millions on ads, right? It works, okay? It works. Countdown timers, seasonal or event-driven offers, launch or special occasion offers, limited quantity, okay? Limited quantity. This is actually something that is very good working for us. So every week we set a target, how many deals we can and we want to close, and how we do it. So we say on the sales call, so currently we can, this is a real situation. We have 5 clients signed this week. We can only sign 10, that's the target. And we say we have only 5 spots left this week. If you sign up today, we can get started as soon as next week. If you don't sign up today, you'll need to wait 2 weeks. You can, but you're gonna wait longer. What do you want to do? Which is better for you? To sound sooner or later? Like an actual thing we do. We have service, so we use it, okay? Here's also an example. So I had these last year. I did many events. So we had an event in Atta Center, and then we had an event in this Kempinski, and we're using these like event-driven deadlines. So event is, let's say, in March, and then every month the price will increase. No, every month, leading up to the event. Crazy. It's like I don't know why, but it just works. So if you want to also drive more sales, what you can do is implement maybe a price change in a quarter or 6 months or a year, just doing it and letting prospects know it will drive up or it will increase, okay? It just works. It's very good and very applicable. So right now for you, how could you implement urgency and scarcity in your business? Who can tell me an example how you could use it right now? Like right now. No? Who can tell me an example?
Discount that is valid for a certain amount of time, right?
Yes. Yes.
Limited amount of seats.
Yes. Limited amount of seats. What else?
Especially in Booking, where you show how many people now see this apartment.
Yes. Also, drive makes your butt move. Okay. Okay. Next thing, this is like a thinking experiment. Ask yourself, if your client paid 10 times more, what would I do for them? Oh my God, I would like drive to their home, pick them up. Okay, don't do that maybe, Or ask yourself, let's say your client could pay only 1/10 of what you're charging right now. How would your solution then look? And maybe that could be a lead magnet, okay? Okay, let's move forward. 7th steroid is to have undeniable evidence. Undeniable evidence means, let's say you're Mr. Beast and then you have a product. Let me show you how to get YouTube views. Undeniable evidence. Or let's say this guy, Chris, he's like Mr. Olympia, top guy. He will show you how to work out. You don't need anything I showed you before if you are like this situation, okay? Most likely, most of us are not in this situation, so you need to use the things before to get to this situation, so later on you don't need to use that, okay? Makes sense? Yeah, is a good example. I think many people here probably know Alex Hormozy, right? Alex Hormozy nowadays doesn't need to do it so much, but before, maybe most of you don't know, but Gym Launch had very aggressive sales, very aggressively using all of this stuff, and they had a ton of people not maybe happy with the service because it's like super aggressively sold and a lot, and then just cleans it up. But that's just you can think about it. To not think about when you see somebody who's very ahead and think, oh, they're not doing that, I shouldn't also do it, but just think about how they got there in that situation. It's most likely not that way, okay, just to reference, okay? Here's another example. So who here would want to buy either of these books? Let's say, How to Get Rich on the Internet or Get Found Online. Who would want to buy these books? Anybody? Maybe nobody, right? But let's say these books, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, they wrote them, new book releasing today. Who might buy now? No, I would buy, right? More people would buy because authority, okay? Authority matters. And you as business people, you should try to position yourself as an authority as well, okay? If you're a designer also, think about it. How can I provide more authority so that I get an increase in salary or I get a better job offer? You know, think about yourself also. It's similar to everybody here. And the last thing which I like to add is it's a cherry. It's a cherry, okay? It's a cherry. What is unique about you, okay? For example, I'll give a funny example. For me, unique, I don't have one organ. Really, it's a legit story, but it's a funny. It's not. It's a funny example. But yes. Somebody thinking, what kind of organ? Maybe a ball or something? No. But no. But try to figure out what could be unique about yourself or your offer or your business. What could be that thing? Okay. What could be that thing? Okay. So here's the summary of them. Okay. Here's the summary of the steroids you could implement to make your offer much better. So, who wants to see a demo pitch? I will go through it fast because I don't think we have so much time. Who wants to see a demo pitch of the specific slides we went through to get sales? Okay. How many time we have, by the way? So,
10, 15 minutes.
Okay. Then I can. Okay. Then I'll go slower. So, so the first thing. This is, by the way, context. This is context. It is in Atta Center. It is basically, we have 2-3 hours beforehand presentation. You present, show, give value, do nice energy. Also girls dancing, so maybe fun. Okay, and then this is where starts the offer. So first thing I do is like, I want to just share today's cool opportunity to take the next step to grow, scale, blah, blah, blah. Okay? Then I go into case studies. I just show case study after case study after case study. I just go through case studies, okay? I just show, like this thing is gonna work, it's gonna be amazing, it's gonna be rock and roll. These are older case studies, but I just go through cases. Sorry, not so fast. Yeah, case study after case study, more case studies, and then, okay. We'll help you to build a strong infrastructure to get more new clients and grow your business. Then I like, how does it work? There's a service and a platform. Service package. You can use it when you're ready. First thing you'll get, personalized session with me to come up with the best offer. Elite offer development training on how to do it so you understand the concepts. Then we'll build you highly converting ads. Then I will build you an automated sales funnel. Then highly converting VSL scripts and VSL funnel copies will be done for you. We'll give you scripts plus edit your videos for your ads. Plus, we'll launch your campaigns, give you support. Plus, you have a personal manager for X days. Plus, you'll get 1,000 leads of your ideal clients. Plus, we will give you the system on how to automate LinkedIn meeting machines, so how to book meetings with LinkedIn automatically. Next, you'll get tailored sales scripts written for you. Next, you'll have access to AI sales trainer. Next, you're gonna get the organic content strategy we use to generate this much subscribers, this much views per month. Then the summary of all of this, the boom, value stack, you know, the number. Who would here love to get help with all of this? I ask question, people raise hand. We give more, people will raise more hand. Then this will help you to grow, get more clients, more sales. Plus, you also get this additional for 12 months, additional bonus, right? Step-by-step stuff for 12 months, weekly calls, European community, access to 3 live events in the Stay Sharp Business Networking, which is still happening every 2 times per month. Then big summary, again, right? Then, and there's more, like info commercials, and there's more. I like that. We have a guarantee. Bam, 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 guarantee. Just send them an email. Then one more bonus, make a move. We also put in 1 MacBook for somebody. So we're gonna, it also, and the funny thing was, I thought this was funny. It also comes with a guarantee. It's a brand new Mac, which one person from those people who buy, they will get it. You know, it's very interesting. And then, bam, summary, total value. And then I'm like, results. The investment today, not 16,000, but this much thousand. And then it's only €5 a day. It's one cappuccino with a croissant a day. So reference of mine. Investment today, and there were QR codes to kind of buy immediately, right? So, and then what I did is you need to go to the back as you buy to make photo, and then come to. There was so basically they were buying, and then they bought, and then they came on stage because everybody can see that they came to stage to do photos, and then like there was a line of people doing photos, and then like it creates this situation where more people are willing to buy because they see other people buying, right? Make sense? Yeah. Make a move. Was it good? That's it. Now you need to applaud. Cool. Yes. And if you like the presentation, you can leave a review. That would be nice. Yeah, you can scan it, and that's it. Yes, that's it.
Now we take pictures and come in the back. So yeah, do we have any questions?
Yeah, maybe somebody has a question.
You said about Elon Musk as authority.
I said Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, yes.
For example, 40 professionals in this area, is it authority or not?
40 professionals in this area.
Yeah.
No, you need to be the number one professional.
Okay. No.
I don't understand the question.
Is 40 professionals in the industry is enough?
Yes. Yes.
I don't understand the question.
But who like are they really
40,
good?
40 unknown professionals.
Okay.
As we say, 40 professionals are using our platform.
Ah, okay. It depends on the market size. So if you're working, let's say, as Iron, maybe you know, they're helping wind turbine companies fix it. They're worldwide, like 15 big players. So they say, we're working with 10 of the biggest players. Like crazy. You're working with 70% of the market. It depends on what's the market size. For that to be considered authority or big scale, you know. Let's say in Latvia, 100,000 businesses. I say our services work with 80,000 businesses in Latvia. It's like everybody, you know.
40 people out of 100.
Yeah. It depends on how much. Yeah.
Cool. All right.
But thank you for asking questions. It's cool. Let's participate, guys. Make a move. We say, stay sharp, make a move.
Yeah. So by increasing the variety of what you offer, you increase your internal costs. So that means that the starting price should already be very high. So you are adding more and more bonuses, and it should already be included in the first price you already gave to a client. That's correct or no?
What's the question? I don't understand.
So I mean, how do you calculate before giving some offer, what is the final price? Because you said like you're adding more and more and more offers in advance. That's increase your own price. Yeah. Like for example, adding Mac, adding another, I don't know, 60 days with client.
Here's the thing, how I think about it. So the things you try to add, you try to think in general for what kind of problems my client still has and how could I solve them. And the solving part can happen in many ways. Maybe you saw the things I was saying. Some of those things are just digital assets, which have no additional cost of delivery, right? Those things are cost-free. But how to calculate it? Like for my business, I know, okay, roughly how much man hours or how many people or this manager can take. And then I know, okay, how many I want. And then that's how I go about it. Like a little bit Excel, but then just like gut feeling. Because I wanted to make the offer in a way where most people could do it. And I'm not saying the price which you saw there is the best option. Maybe better would be just like more higher price with payment plans because you have less clients, but more the cash collected would be the same, right?
Yeah. Does it mean for your sale people that work for you? So, for example, if they sell the thing faster before adding other options, they kind of extra plus that they get more this margin of sales.
Yeah, but here's the thing: these water bottles, which we add to the core offer, they're typically digital things, and they still will get it if the client does. But let's say I say you want to buy it, he says yeah, straight away buy, and then we still give these things.
Just revealing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, we have one more.
But what would we not maybe reveal are maybe some payment splits. That could be later on. That would be later on.
Yes, hello. I have a question. So you have a bundle price of your standard offer, but that's kind of help of preparing the marketing offer and materials and reach. What is the cost of reach, for example, for 1,000 customers in Latvia, in Europe, in US?
To reach 1,000 customers?
Yes.
Okay, in Latvia it's very simple. It's like 7 to 10 euros. You can pay on, let's say, Meta, Google, YouTube to reach 1,000 eyeballs. Eyeballs. In USA, 30 to 50 euros to reach 1,000 eyeballs. Also depending on which, in Europe, depending on the country, it can vary from 3 euros, because some European countries are still very, very cheap, up to 25, 30 euros, like Germany. Germany would be 30 euros. But here's the thing, very interesting thing. I recently launched 6 campaigns with different offers in US. So very interesting story. So let's say in Latvia, I run ads for like, I think 6 years every day, basically. We pay around 5 to 10 euros per lead in Latvia, okay? Lead potential customer. And then we launch ads in USA, right? 6 different verticals, like six different things. One thing, run ads, 300 euros spend, 0 leads. Next thing, 300 euros spend, 1 lead. Next thing, also not. But this 4th thing, which was one niche, one market, we got, and the funnel, the same, just the ads different. Like €2 per lead in USA. Good leads, like real businesses, like not small, but like from 100,000 a year to 10, 20 million a year for €2. Because super specific, underserved market, boom. It doesn't matter because the reach was crazy. We were getting like 1,000 reach, like 10, 15 opt-ins, which is crazy, by the way. It's crazy, right? So it's also depends on who's the market, how they feel, what they need, like all these like specific things. And you should never kind of think about it in terms of CPM, which is what you're asking, like what's the CPM, how much I pay to see people. It's more about what's your, when you launch something, your offer, what's your situation? How many people convert? What's the lead cost? Okay, you have here data. And then you can try to improve the offer. Many people here, what you do, you run one offer, you're like, this is my reality. But what you could spend 2 hours, think about what I said, improve, change, adjust, like the first 5 seconds of what you say or first thing they see, and they're like, more people are going to sign up. Like for example, in outside of Latvia, we have a cool offer. We lead with, hey, construction business owners, we'll give you a free website. Oh, what? Free website? Yeah. And then there's a small nuance on it. But it's a cool hook. It's a cool, interesting thing, right? Wait, sorry. Cool.
All right. Thank you, Nix. If you need anything about the marketing, he's the guy. Yes. So here is some snacks, some good wine, and also
money.
Money. Yes, that you can use.
Money.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Nix will stay for
Now we have
pause.
a break, right?
Yes. So we have a break. Please grab some drinks. Come to Nix. Ask any questions. Use his services. Looks cool.
How was it?
All right.
Like it?
Let's turn the mic on. I see some free slots. If you can move forward, please do.
And lately I will explain why. Because I was not sure about the size of the screen, the size of the space, and moreover, the so huge lighting above. So probably from the sixth rows, you will not see anything on the screen. Sorry.
It's a great excuse. Let's move forward, guys. Let's move forward. Okay. I guess we will start. Thanks for staying with us. I'm really excited to welcome Kirill on stage. He is, those who don't know, he is one of the board members of LATBAN, which is...
I will tell a bit more what it is, LATBAN, Latvian Business Angels Network.
Yes, so...
How it is working actually.
All right, then Kirill will introduce himself. Let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you for inviting.
And the stage is yours.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, my apologies. I was not aware about the size of the screen. It's too small, and I have too much details in my presentation. Second point, please excuse me about the quality of what you see on the screen, because I love different fonts. But surprisingly, in 2026, when you send someone your presentation in PowerPoint format, or let's say save it as a PDF, you cannot expect that all the fonts will be as you want and as you need. So we plugged in my own laptop, and it looks not exactly I expected. Once again, please forgive me for that, but only for that. I'm Cyril, or if you prefer Cyrillic and Russian language, Kirill. Surprisingly, in passport, I'm still Cyril, because when I started my first business somewhere around 18 years, I asked authorities to issue passport not on the weird name from Belarusian transliteration. I'm originally from Belarus. It sounds Kirill. I don't know how to explain it to foreigners, so I asked to put the typical English and French name Cyril. The second point. The third point, today we are at the Meetup, not at a stand-up. After Nick's putting the bar too high, so sorry for that. You cannot expect the same energy as you saw at the first part of our meetup. But on the other hand, I encourage all of you not to have it, as I said, as a stand-up comedy or a lecture. Kindly, please, if you feel something interesting to ask about, to raise your question, to disagree with me, because dialogue with a kind of disagreement is much more interesting for me first. So we are not meeting only so I put some knowledge and some expertise from my side to your side, actually. I also want to learn something from you. And at the very end of my presentation, I will probably ask for help from your side, or put an offer. I don't know how to treat it, actually. The topic of our today's talk is what have changed when the AI became not just for early, super early adopters, but for all the people who are building something in the field of startups, technology startups, high technology startups, and can we still name all that we are still building in the software a technology? Probably we have to start naming it a commodity. And we will touch two different angles of view. First of all, as a product managers, software engineers, marketers, and startup founders. Second angle, from the point of view of early stage venture capitalists. You know that, you already know that I am currently a board member of the Latvian Business Angels Network. I formerly been a chairman of the board for 3 years in a row. And I have to say, without, let's say, not to be so humble and without any hesitation, when I take over the Latvian Business Angels Network as a chairman, it was the almost dead organization with 39 members formally. Actually, it was not more than 20, and almost without any budget. Today, I can say that we're still below 100. Latban currently is 94 members, but with a very good budget, well known at the region. And last but not least, Latban members invested in syndicates 2.7 million in the recent year, 2025. So the organization is kind of alive, not dead-like. Let's move on. Let's move on, and it must, as usual, clicker must be working. It is. So what was the old world of software and startups? It was very well explainable. First of all, most of the venture capitalists loved to invest in software as a service. Because of what? Come on. Subscriptions, but it's not explanation, it's just another name of software as a service. Recurring revenue, but not only. High margins and scalability. That's it. So you know that one more instance of software license costs nothing, literally nothing. And if you are doing something really valuable for your customers, if you understand your customers, you can conquer the world literally. You can create the solution that will be used by hundreds of thousands, millions, tens of millions, and even hundreds of millions. For example, I'm a friend of brothers Gursky, Yuri Gursky and Dmitry Gursky. You probably know them because of Flow application for tracking women period, but not only, to track fertility, to track women's health, and so on and so forth. And you know what? Their audience of the Flow Health application is, as far as I remember, 300 million of customers worldwide. Not just users, probably for this time they have customers. So, as I said, another sweet spot for old good VCs was mobile applications for B2C way of life, I say. So hundreds of millions is quite a good idea. I remember those times 10 years ago when Gursky discussed the first round, not 3F, family, friends, and fools, but the first institutional round with Dmitry Smirnov on Cyprus, the Flint Capital Venture Capital Fund. And they convinced Dmitry that they can achieve at least 100,000 of customers. As I said, currently it's 300 million. Let's move on. A lot of people in venture capital world and startup founders talking to each other. And the first gentleman who said it was Sam Altman. It's very not so long time when we will see the 1 billion company run by only one human, assisted with AI agents. And this narrative is really, really great, the bold narrative. And a lot of people are currently looking for this example. Probably you already saw on your, doesn't matter, social media feed in LinkedIn, this gentleman on the right. The company named MedV. I will explain why. 2 employees, reported sales for 2025, 400 million in revenue. And the projection for this year was, I say was intentionally, was 1.8 billion in sales. For 2025, those guys reported that they have 60 million in profit, and the company is run by 2 humans. Okay, I want to trust. You too, probably, or not. Do you see anything special that have to be challenged, questioned, and put under, let's say, under critics? Do you see something here? I do. Do you? First of all, actually, there are 2 gentlemen on a payroll for this company. All the rest, all others, are not on the payroll of this headquartering company. Huge amount of people who are contractors. Moreover, you know what Medvi is currently selling or have been selling previously? The GLP-1, the medicine that helps us to lose weight. And they did it extremely aggressively. After journalists put this paper in a New York Times, probably, I don't remember what is the newspaper, it was immediately questioned, and people find out that about 800 of faking doctors' account have been created on a Facebook. About several dozens of thousands fake reviews from customers, actually. And all the reported revenue was actually not a revenue. It was so-called GMV. You know the difference between GMV and revenue itself? No. For example, if you use Bolt taxi service, you pay, for example, 25 euro to get from Riga city center to Jurmala, for example. And Bolt company can report this 25 bucks or euros, doesn't matter, as their revenue. But actually, it's GMV, the gross merchandise volume. And their actual revenue is what actually left after they pay to the taxi driver. In this case, 400 million was the total amount of money the customers paid for this medicine. And the 60 million was not a profit, but not a profit, but their actual revenue after they deduct the cost of goods selling or the cost of medicine itself. Moreover, now they are questioning by FDA, you know this abbreviation, and probably this kind of company will not exist anymore because authorities are starting questioning such kind of guys on a very tough basis. Can we still see the one-man company that will be valued 1 billion? Yeah, for sure. You can easily outsource everything to another company and still keep only yourself on your company payroll. And in this case, formally, you will be the actual one-man company. As I said, about the trust, about the questioning. Who am I? So you have to trust me and to listen to me today and trust everything that I'm talking about. Today, create fake accounts is extremely easy. So I have to properly present myself, and you can then understand, is it worth to learn something new from my side? On the right upper corner is my LinkedIn, so if you want, let's get connected on LinkedIn. I started my business with my 2 partners in 2003, when I was 24 years probably. And we have been running our first company for 16 years. In 2019, we sold our company to American Holding. It was quite a good deal because we get the valuation, not the crazy number that you can see on a venture capital world. We sold our company only for almost 10x EBITDA, which is for software companies almost net profit. So in other words, we took 10 annual profits for the next 10 years, took it to our pockets, and after this deal, I actually was able to say, now I'm not just a paper millionaire, but a millionaire with a real amount of money on my bank account. What to do next, actually? When you did such kind of exit, and want to contribute something more to community, to society, and to next generation of entrepreneurs. I decided to become a business angel and to share my knowledge, my expertise, and to invest some of my money into new startups. So you know that building your portfolio as an angel investor, if you're alone, it's a stupid thing. The best way is to get syndications with other angels, so you can combine your capital and put not your humble, let's say, 10, 20K, 50K into one particular startup, but get together with some friends and partners and invest, let's say, 200,000, 300,000, something like that. So I co-founded as a founding member first in Belarus, then in Lithuania, the Lithuanian Business Angels Network, became an active member of ESTBAN, Estonian Business Angels, and finally get relocated here in 2021, more than 5 years ago, to Latvia, and joined the Latvian Business Angels Network, as I said. Currently, I'm still keeping the position on the board because I want to see that what I spent 3 years on, I want to see this still alive and developing. In 2025, I understood that I cannot miss the new opportunities on the market. I started my new business as the previous one in the field of e-commerce software. So probably all of you know Scandivab. Who can name 2 more companies that are building in Riga for Magenta, former Magenta Commerce? MageBit, yeah? Probably. I must say that Scandivab they started 3 years after us, 3 years later, and for a long time my company was an example for them how to build a business with the only main important difference. Scandivab, Antons Glebs, and the third partner, sorry, I don't remember his Latvian name, Igors. Yeah, they built and still building the business that based on customer development, custom development by the order of their customers. We started our business immediately from creating and selling software licenses. And moving a bit forward, for me it was and still is the very clear benchmark about the early stage startups. Are they doing good or probably not so good? When we penetrated the very fresh market in 2009, as far as I remember, we did our first million in sales, selling not custom development, but software licenses only. We made our first million in 12 months, so probably less than a year. And for me, it's still kind of a good benchmark. If your market is big enough and you are moving fast enough, you have to earn your first million in revenue on this new market with your new product, doesn't matter what, in less than a year. If not, probably something is not right with your market, with your product, or with your business. When we sold the company in 2019, as I said, more than 70,000 of online stores worldwide were powered by pieces of our software. All of them worked with the Magenta commerce platform, but a lot of extensions have been made by our company. For those times, real customers, real code is a bit weird naming, and real distribution matters a lot. What changed, actually? First of all, the speed of creating not just the product, creating not just the code itself, but the speed of creating buzz around it. For example, 15 years ago, you have to hire at least 2 marketing people so you can successfully run your blog for your company, your LinkedIn, any other social media you want. And in this case, the cadence of new stuff you are creating, if you are creating a good one, still is something about 2 to 3 articles or pieces of content weekly. Today, you know that we can create the same level of content with the same level of quality, not less than 5 to 6 daily, and just in the case we're lazy enough. If not, we can produce much more. On the first hand, actually, it helped us to create faster. On the other hand, a lot of other people creating at the same speed. And finally, now I understood why the younger generations of entrepreneurs are creating, developing, earning their money and building their capital. At 47, I feel much, much less energy that I felt when I was 27. And that's true. That's the second explanation why I put it. I made about 20 deals with early stage startups. Why I put some of my capital into early stage startups? Because I want to share them, to share their energy with me, and to share not just mine, but their knowledge as well. What is really tough today for founders? I suppose, as I said, at least half of the audience is either the current founders of startups or want to be. Am I right? No? You disagree with me? The gentleman at the back. I hope so. And I can see when I see the pipeline, the deal flow for Latban, Leadban, and Nestban, the newcomers, the new founders of the market are coming very quickly. The amount of startups, startup applications, not just doubled, it tripled. Because of what? Because of today, you can research, draft, create a pitch deck, not in weeks like it was at least 2 years ago, but in days, actually. You all know this joke. A couple is asking a question to ChatGPT. Quickly create me a plan how to build a 1 million business. Without investment, without anything. Is it possible? It is. Can you, as a newcoming founders, can you fake your progress or your numbers or your speed, anything, something like that? Definitely yes. And in this case, one of the main problems for early stage VCs to distinguish the real startups with the real value from the, let's say, as we call it, ChatGPT wrappers. Let's check how it can be done, actually. I already told something about this slide. Fundraising was and is a kind of storytelling, especially at the early stage. But let's say, even 2 years ago, when you start fundraising your early stage round from angels, you was able to say, we need some money to build the first prototype. Or we have a prototype, we need some investments to build an MVP, actually. Today, you cannot say so. All of you know that if you have Claude Pro subscription or ChatGPT Plus, you can use Codex. For Codex, they still keep very high limits, so you can spend days of coding not hitting the bar of your weekly quota. With, for example, Anthropic Claude Code, you cannot do that. For example, I built this entire visual presentation with the help of Claude Designer, and I hit the weekly limit far below I completed this presentation slide deck. The weekly limit, actually. So when you are telling now to early stage angels, early stage VCs, you cannot say we want money, we need money for building an MVP anymore. The answer will be, okay, guys, here is your, let's say, 200 euros for your 1 month Claude Pro subscription, or Claude Max, for example. 200 euros. Come back in 1 month, and show what you already produce with the help of this. And you can do plenty of things under the monthly limit for Claude Code. For example, you can build the MVP. You can create your landing website, landing page. You can start running the email campaign if you have the email databases that worth sending out emails. So what left? What early stage VCs can see and can trust? The signals then cannot be faked by the modern AI. And now I want to put this question on you to think about and to express your ideas. What it could be if an angel investor cannot rely on the product, on the coding, on the demo anymore. So what you cannot fake with the help of Claude Code or ChatGPT?
Real sales.
Okay, good point. I wanted to talk about this a bit later, but let's have it now, but a bit later, 5 minutes later. Revenue, what else? Sorry, traction is too general. Let's be more specific. Wow, proven business model is the result of your traction that works under your revenue, actually, or unit economics. Let's keep it aside about the business model. What even more? What else?
Existing audience, maybe like.
Existing audience, and this is the first point that can be faked, actually, but not so easy. For example, I invested in the very first Gen AI for e-commerce solution more than 5 years ago, 1.5 years before the ChatGPT have been introduced in November 2022. The name of this startup was Copymonkey.ai. It has been created here in Riga by not two guys, by a gentleman and a lady who relocated from Russian Federation. And the idea was extremely simple but genius. The ChatGPT 2 open API already was in place, and they asked themselves, what if we ask ChatGPT, one more to recap, it was still ChatGPT 2. It was really dumb, even in comparison with the ChatGPT 3. What if we ask ChatGPT to create and improve product cards for e-commerce sites, product descriptions? Yeah, good point. Why don't we invest in this kind of solution? Because in the beginning of 2021, there were no similar solutions on the market at all, nowhere. Why not? Who can buy this startup at definitely not IPO, just an M&A deal in several years later? Who can be the potential acquirer for such kind of startups?
eBay, Amazon.
Amazon, eBay. Name more, please. Shopify or not? Ecwid, AliExpress. So the major marketplace or the major e-commerce platform? Definitely not, and you know why? Because even in 2023, a lot of companies were able to build the same, to replicate the same very quickly. So today, this is one of the main moats, you know this word. The moat is what defending you from your rivals, your competitors, or people who want to just replicate your functionality. The main moat was and is the distribution. If you don't have prospective customers, access to them, cheap access, better completely free access. If you have not enough audience, how will you sell and how will you market this solution? Actually, to make long story short, Copymonkey.ai didn't become the successful story. I bought it out from customers to build something more interesting based on their audience. The audience was about 44,000 of users, so quite a good user base. Moving forward, velocity and drama, we already talked about that. More words about how VCs are balancing. When you see anything in a pitch deck of startup founder, you can expect that he's not lying, but he's making the picture more interesting and more adorable that it is actually in place. And a very simple example, getting back to the idea, revenue cannot be faked. Do you know the startup company from Lithuania, Sintra.ai? You probably already saw their ads, the cheap one, on a Facebook feed or something like that. You did not. You do. And, for example, you know that Sintra.ai fundraised 15 million a bit more than a year ago, in the spring of 2025. 15 million, I don't remember their valuation, but probably it was something like 45 to 60 million euro in total. I'm a user of Sintra.ai. I paid them 173 euros for the annual subscription. I never used it because I don't need it. It's just, as I said, kind of, not the ChatGPT wrapper, they're using much cheaper models, let's say Qwen wrapper. But you know what, how my usage is feeling in their papers and in their presentations probably, or some other people like me? You don't know. I can say you, first of all, my revenue accounted as 648, not 173. Next, my retention is 1 year. I opened it twice, but on paper, my retention is 1 year because I paid upfront for the annual subscription, and that's it. And then they can say that their ratio of lifetime value to customer acquisition is 10x because their Facebook campaign is cheap, and they can calculate customer acquisition costs something like 60 euro, for example. How it can be faked? Anyone know in the audience or not? Because they are using Stripe for getting their payments. And Stripe is reporting their annual recurring revenue at full price, not after discount, not on the actual money paid, but on the paid plan itself. Yeah. So that's crazy. They are bombing people with an email chain, offering more and more discount. Once again, they are looking very cheap. Our entire solution costs you 600 annually or 100 monthly, but only today you have the 50% discount, blah, blah, blah. You know all this, you're ignoring it. Next email in chain. Only today, only for you, 65% of discount. So, and they will be bombing you until you give up. I gave up at 173 for the annual subscription. That's it. And it counted, as I said, 48 for the entire year, and I'm still counting as the user. Very similar story, but in a larger scale, is about Manus. Who in the audience is using Manus? Okay, 2 people. Can you briefly explain for what kind of tasks and how often?
I was using it initially when it was like early version just for research. Basically, yeah, research.
Good. And you?
I was also just a year ago before Claude using it, I think, to make presentations and research. But I think the free plan maybe outdated as well.
Exactly. And you know what's interesting? You have no, if you are a developer, an engineer, or just a curious person, there is no reason to pay for Manus, actually. You can buy M4 CPU Mac Mini with a from 24 to 32, better to have 32 gigabytes of RAM. You can run there some open models. You can use OpenClaw and the modern one, Hermes. What's the name? I don't remember the exact. Yeah. And you can run it at this price without paying Manus a single dollar or a single euro. So do you feel the difference between Claude Code, for example, or Codex by OpenAI and so-called wrappers like Sintra.ai or even Manus? Lucky you are, because I don't feel the difference.
I'm using OpenClaw and an agent system. I can say hands down, like Claude, at least before 5.5 GPT came out, is the best model for like orchestration of multiple agents. And ChatGPT was just it's saying a lot of things. Editing the files, following instruction. GPT 5.5 is much better. Than on par, but I've seen a lot of the benchmarks that Quen and other open source models are good for some tasks, but not yet for orchestration.
That's great. May I ask two more very simple questions? What's your main role? What's your job? How do you describe yourself? You are, or I am a?
I'm a founder, but the orchestrating is for product development.
Good, but you know that people like you and me and the majority in this audience, such kind of people are actually rare. There is not so much people like you, me, and you. Most of the people today are not listening to this bearded guy. They are watching TV series at their homes, actually. And they will never be using OpenClaw, for example, even if they're interested in. They will buy this Mac Mini M4. Today's price in Latvia without PVN, without VAT, is kind of 900 euro, probably less than 1,000, okay? Not cheap, but not too expensive. They will start the initial setup for OpenClaw, and the main task, that's statistics, that's not my thoughts, the main task for OpenClaw users is look into my daily calendar and then send me reminders over Telegram. And that's it. Do you need the artificial intelligence to solve this completely dumb task that can be done with 4 lines of code, for example, if you can? If you cannot, just code this with a Codex or Claude Code, for example. That's weird. 2 more examples. I don't remember on what slide it is. Recurring revenue we already talked about. For me, ARR can be named as annualized hope rate, AHR, for example, because you never know until this guy will pay you for the next month of usage. You never know, will the MRR convert to ARR? But in most cases, you know how projected ARR works. Projected ARR. How sophisticated and tricky founders calculate their projected ARR? You don't know. Come again, please. Loud, a bit louder.
Like now it's been from January until May, and then you just project trailing revenue, that it can be the same, right?
Just, you mean taking the recent 3 months and combine and multiply by 4, yeah?
I guess in some cases you could also project the growth rate as well.
Exactly. So in most of the cases, and the most of pitch deck I see every day, the ARR is the last month multiplied by 12. In some more rare cases, with extremely tricky founders, they said, for April, we had, for example, 1,000 of MRR. For March, we had 500. So in May, we will have how many? 2,000, right? So should we multiply 2,000 by 12? No, because in June, we probably will have 400. That's not a joke, ladies and gentlemen. It's everyday reality for a lot of pitch decks I see. And what differs experienced angel investors and VC guys, associates, analytics, they are surprisingly good in intuitive understanding of numbers and graphs. There were a lot of cases I catch the founders that are pitching publicly with a small question. For example, they have such kind of graph, a plot here that said, for example, 2,000 of something, doesn't matter what. And the next plot here that says 2,500. So the difference of this axis is completely counterintuitive. You are starting asking, how can you explain that from month to month you grow from 2,000 to 2,500, but the next plot is 2 times higher? And the typical answer is what? You know what? You don't know. If it is extremely early stage startup, the founder will answer, oh, sorry, I gave the numbers to freelance designer and have not enough time to prove the design, the visual. Same answer, but if they are a bit more mature, our designer made it overnight because I wanted to bring to you the extremely fresh numbers, so sorry, I had not enough time to prove, to check it, and to understand the current problem. And some words, because we have to move forward, about the team. You know that for years, even for decades, the main mantra for early stage investors was, when you have not enough traction, and if you have not enough numbers, so we will decide about you based on your team, the founding team. You know this pair, it must be one hustler who is hustling. It's a CEO, Chief Executive Officer, and the second one is hacker, or let's say so-called the CTO, Chief Technical Officer. And a lot of people start questioning, if you, as a founder, can create your software from prototype through MVP and until the working product, do you need a CTO partner anymore or not? What do you think about it? Because a lot of people in the audience are software engineers.
Because you should some discussion, know about some specific tools.
With a technical guy, with a hacker, right? Or not?
Yes, it's as an opinion, it's as a mindset. You can discuss with them.
Agreed.
Disagree.
Agreed. And that's why my oldest daughter, she's graduating from a 3rd gymnasium in Riga, and she chose the Latvian university, the computer science faculty. Not Netherlands, not MIT, because with our set of documents, unfortunately, we still hold Belarusian passports. We have no way to continue her education in the United States, for example. Not because it is expensive, it is, but because of too complexity in the modern world, and we decided that she will learn here in Riga, close to parents and to 2 other sisters. But the mindset is definitely different, because if you are building something more than just an MVP, you will never understand how it actually works. Actually, Codex and Claude Code is extremely good with explaining how the software should work. If you didn't do that, just try. Take something from open repository, from GitHub you're interested in, the field that you are actually know and interested in, and just clone the repository and ask, please explain me the functionality, the architecture in plain words with the cases and examples. And it works. You know, I stopped coding myself in 2007, almost 20 years. I'm still getting back to some coding with AI assistants, but I'm quite sure I understand how software works. Yeah, I still understand it better than 90%, for example, of people who are vibe coding. And that's good news. But okay, if not MVP, we must fit in 5 minutes. So I'm putting the final thesis, and I'm open to your questions, please. The final topic, the final point. If minimum viable product, the MVP mantra, it has been here for almost 15 years, is no more viable, actually. What choose instead of? Probably it's, I don't remember, if it is my invention or not my invention. Sorry. This one. Can we build the minimum believable company instead of minimum viable product? I don't know. It's much harder today, and moreover, it's harder because a lot of people are using the ChatGPT for building business and the Codex for building the product. But let's try. What I'm doing today, as I promised ask about your help. Now I'm gathering, in addition to our completely remote team, I'm gathering the small office here in Riga to streamline the cadence of experiments, not just experiments with the product, but experiments with customer acquisition, proving hypotheses, and so on and so forth. We are building Jennify.ai. You can check it. The naming is quite simple. We are building one of the first AI native e-commerce solution. Not the very first one, but for example, what I and my partner imagined, designed, blueprinted in the beginning of summer of 2025, and what our head of engineering delivered with the help of Claude Code in the autumn, in September, October, and November. For example, Amazon just replicated in their Amazon Selling Assistant with all their resources, all their money, and all their data they have from their customers. They just replicated at a lower level. Later on, Shopify announced their Shopify tools for AI agent, their tool set, at the much better level than we did it for Amazon sellers. But once again, Shopify is a great company, not the gathering of 5 people like our Jennify currently is. And I hope that at least one of you here in the audience can become my next partner, Chief Product Officer for Jennify. Chief Hustler Officer, for example, if you are not in the coding but in customer acquisition and marketing. Doesn't matter what. I'm open to it. I'm looking for more partners, for the people who can join Jennify there at its very beginning. We closed several $100,000 of angels investments in autumn 2025. We are aiming to raise our pre-seed soon, let's say end of June, or probably after the vacation on September. That's a good point to join the early stage team. If we fail, it's quite okay. You will have some interesting experience, some humble money, probably a bit below the current market, but on the other way, it's kind of a good stock option in case we will succeed. That's it. As I said, you can scan my LinkedIn. You can reach out to me via Telegram. It's a bit quicker. And or just photo my email, Cyril@Jennify.ai. That's all. Okay. If we don't have enough time,
we have time for at least 2 questions. Let's give a round of applause to Kirill. Thank you very much. Any questions?
I'm really interested in your questions. There were no disagreement, no arguing. I don't like that. I want to talk to you. Let's check. If the keynote was boring, please give me your honest feedback. Because actually, I'm here not because I have been invited by Chile Labs, but because I want to talk to you. I want to expand my network even more. My network in Riga is quite good in a field of, let's say, businessmen, entrepreneurs. Just for example, one of the early investors in Jennify were my friends Anton Saprika and Gleb Revsky from ScandiWeb. So you will be in a good company. And I probably forgot to name it, someone named Equid as the potential acquirer. Anyone else know what it means, Equid? Do you remember this company? It has been created by Ruslan Fazliyev, and he sold Equid for $500 million, 500 million. Partially in cash, partially in stocks for Lightspeed Commerce. And luckily, Ruslan is one of our advisors. The second advisor is probably the gentleman you know better, Max Yegorovs, the former Accenture Baltics head, more than 20 years as far as I remember.
Yeah.
He started in the office of 5 and left in the office of 2000 in Riga.
All right, let's ask,
Sorry,
let's
yeah.
give some room for questions. Yes?
Yeah, please.
So you talk about that the VCs are not giving money for MVPs, right?
No more.
Not anymore. So this is on shoulders of startups now, in a way.
Not necessarily. You forgot about 3F, as I said from the very beginning. Your friends, your family, and some fools can fund you, can invest in your product even before you started coding.
So VCs are looking for already something real, something that is happening already with your company.
That cannot be faked.
Yeah.
Cannot be imitated by use of AI. Yeah, that's true.
That's the premise. Yeah. Okay.
Great. One more?
Can we have 2 more, please? Not 1.
All right.
The brief.
Let's have
brief 2 questions, please.
Anyone?
Yeah.
So you don't only invest in good companies, but what is the worst company you have ever invested your money in? The worst one, if you can relieve that.
Wow, tough question. The worst
or the worst founders, like they were in the sky.
The main mistake I made, but I made it twice, when we invested in a couple of founders. I mean, not 2 founders, but a couple of. And in both cases, me and the other angels in the syndicate, we were not aware that they are a couple. They have been presented as co-founders, just one gentleman and one lady, with different surnames. You know why it is a bad idea to invest in a couple. You think you are investing into two co-founders, but actually you're investing in a half of co-founder. Because when everything is good, they will be working together. If something is going bad, the company will be ruined extremely quickly, much quicker than a company of one founder. Doesn't matter, lady or gentleman. That's it. Yes, please.
Thank you for your presentation. In your experience, how many startups become successful from 10 startups?
It's a bad question because
Why?
it's based on how we want to calculate. If we are in this kind of close audience, and if we will cut out from the recording, I can say that first of all, and that's true, the motivation was to giving back to the new generations of founders. Second point, for them that they will share their energy with me somehow. And the third, frankly speaking, I'm very badly afraid to get out of understanding the current market. I want to stay sharp, as Nick said, Sharpify, it's kind of it. I want to stay with a good understanding of what's it all about, where industry is moving towards, because we were building our main business when the mobile application business started raising at a high level, but we were occupied with e-commerce software solutions, and I skipped it and missed it. So I don't want to miss now the new wave of AI opportunities that are currently opening. By the way, please remind me after that if we can share one more thought. We skipped it already, the idea that you have not sell your software anymore, or software as service, but start selling service, service that is done by AI agent, not a human beings. I will prepare this stuff and share because it's very interesting and we have not enough time to talk about that.
Okay. We will send more materials later on. Kirill, huge thank you for diving into how things are done and how you evaluate it. So, small presents for you. Wow. And also we have some coupon that we are giving. It's a marketing trick.
Wow.
You can actually scan it and it will add to your Apple Wallet.
Or call you directly.
Yeah, or you can call me directly.
Living in 15 minutes. Please forgive me.
Yeah. All right. Thank you everyone for showing up. That's it for today. See you in some time, about 2 months. Keep our social networks open and wait for the announcement. All right? Thank you.
Thank you. It was great.